Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Sakshi from Vinculum, and we are excited to have you here for our webinar on how to overcome your cataloging challenges and increase your sales on marketplaces. Before we begin, would like to share some information. All slides and recording of the session will be made available to all the webinar participants. During the course of the webinar, you can participate in 3 questions, which we would like you to respond to get your feedback on the subject. A short description about Vinculum. We are a global software company enabling the e-commerce and retail ecosystem with SaaS product for omnichannel, order management, and fulfillment. The primary purpose of Vinculum product stack is to enable brands and retailers to scale globally and fast, and our product lives up to the brand promise of sell anywhere faster. We enable brands and retailers to sell across channels, fulfill from any location, with a single dashboard to maintain and manage consistent data across channels, order and inventory sync, or WMS with B2B and B2C capabilities. We also help you manage marketplace reconciliation. Globally, we serve 1,500 plus customers, and Nykaa, SM Retail, Johnson & Johnson, Usain Logistics, AS Watson, The Body Shop are just a few of them. Without much ado, let's move to the topic of discussion today and introduce you to our speaker, Mr. Sachin Jain, who is product manager at Vinculum. Sachin will walk you through how to overcome your cataloging challenges and increase your sales on marketplaces. Over to you, Sachin.
Thank you, Sakshi. Good evening and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for taking the time out to join us in this discussion. From our experience, right, we as a company have heavy presence in retail and e-commerce sector. We serve clients in these domains, and one of the biggest challenges that we have encountered from our clients is getting their catalog up and ready and uploaded on marketplaces and web shops in quick time, so as to get maximum sales and maximum days for sale. Right? There are various challenges related to this use case. So, for example, if as a seller I want to list my items on, let's say Lazada, Shopee, and Zalora in Southeast Asia, or maybe Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra in India, each of these marketplaces has its own category structure. They have their own set of attributes that they need you to fill in. And even within this, the same attribute could be classified, differently in Amazon versus other marketplaces. So Amazon may call it department, whereas other marketplaces may call it gender, right? And you have to basically fill in the same information multiple times in different taxonomy, just so that you can get your catalog uploaded on these marketplaces. The other thing that you have to do is there are image-specific guidelines that these marketplaces have. Each one has its own set of guidelines in terms of resolution, in terms of where you post that image, also in terms of background color. So this becomes very difficult for users to fill in and successfully upload on marketplaces. So what we at Vinculum have done is we've prepared our own cataloging tool, which helps sellers to list their catalog on multiple different platforms. I'll be taking you through this offering, and the idea behind this offering is to help you to get your catalog on the marketplaces with maximum accuracy and minimum go-to-market time. Okay. So we have a small poll question for you just to take your feedback. Kindly help us with the answers.
The question is, how do you list your product on marketplaces? Manual, software but not satisfied, or looking for a software? And second question is, how many items do you list per month? Less than 10, less than 100, or more than 100? You have 20 more seconds to answer.
You will have to select an option from these and submit Okay. So I see some participants are replying in chat.
That is helpful, but it will be more helpful if you can select one of the options from the screen
Screen
in
in
front of
front of
you
you
and
and
then
then
click
click
on
on
submit.
submit.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So we are ending this poll. Thank you so much for answering.
Thank you
Thank you
very
very
much
much
for
for
your
your
responses.
responses.
And
And
I
I
believe a
believe a
lot
lot
of
of
our
our
participants today
participants today
face this
face
problem
this problem
where
where
they
they
have
have
challenges in
challenges in
getting
getting
their
their
catalog
catalog
up
up
and
and
ready
ready
on
on
marketplaces.
marketplaces.
Right?
Right.
So
So
I'll be
I'll be
taking you
taking you
through
through
our
our
tool.
tool.
What are
What
the
are the
features and
features and
how do
how do
you
you
actually
actually
use
use
that
that
tool
tool
to
to
get
get
your
your
catalog
catalog
uploaded?
uploaded?
So
So
in
in
terms
terms
of
of
the
the
product
product
offering,
offering, right?
uh,
Uh,
what
what
our
our
catalog
catalog
tool,
tool,
the
the
automated
automated
listing
listing
tool
tool
as
as
described
described
here,
here,
what
what
it
it
helps
helps
you
you
to
to
do
do
is
is
uh,
uh,
first
first
of
of
all,
all,
upload
upload
your
your
catalog
catalog
on
on
this
this
platform,
platform,
which
which
is
is
a
a
cloud
cloud
based
based
platform, a
platform, a
SaaS
SaaS
based
based
platform.
platform.
So
So
you
you
don't
don't
necessarily
necessarily
need to
need to
install
install
anything
anything
on
on
your
your
machine.
machine.
It's
It's
a
a
pay
pay
as
as
you
you
go
go
model.
model.
So
So
you
you
just
just
recharge
recharge
for
for
a
a
minimum
minimum
amount
amount
and
and
you
you
start
start
uploading
uploading
your
your
catalog
catalog
on
on
this tool.
this tool.
The first thing
The
that we
first
do
thing that we
is
do
we
is we
digitally
digitally
store your
store your
catalog.
catalog.
So this
So this
catalog
catalog
can
can
never
never
be
be
lost.
lost.
That's
That's
one
one
thing.
thing.
Second
Second
thing,
thing,
we
we
help
help
you
you
to
to
classify
classify
and
and
categorize
categorize
your
your
products
products
so
so
that they
that they
can be
can be
uploaded
uploaded
on
on
marketplaces
marketplaces
easily.
easily.
So,
So,
for
for
example,
example,
we
we
have our
have our
own
own
merchandising
merchandising
hierarchy,
hierarchy,
and
and
when
when
you're
you're
uploading a
uploading a
catalog,
catalog,
you're
you're
able to
able to
classify
classify
whether
whether
it's
it's
a
a
fashion
fashion
accessory,
accessory,
whether
whether
it's a
it's a
home
home
furnishing
furnishing
item,
item,
or
or
whether
whether
it's a
it's a
footwear,
footwear,
what kind
what
of
kind of
category or
category
what
or
kind
what
of
kind of
hierarchy it
hierarchy it
falls
falls
under.
under.
And
And
accordingly,
accordingly,
we will
we will
also
also
list
list it
under
under
the
the
relevant
relevance
category or
category or
relevant
relevant
category
category
structure
structure
on the
on the
marketplaces.
marketplaces.
Then
Then
there are
there are
certain
certain
processes
processes
which we
which we
do in
do
the
in the
background which
background
are
which are
automated. So,
automated.
for
So, for
example, I
example, I
talked
talked
about
about
image
image
guidelines.
guidelines for marketplaces.
There's a
There's a
lot of
lot of
image
image
processing
processing
that
that
we
we
do
do
behind the
behind the
scenes,
scenes,
which will
which will
help you
help
to
you to
drastically
drastically
reduce
reduce
your
your
go-to
go-to-market
market time.
time.
So, for
So, for
example,
example, whether the image needs to be hosted on an AWS or hosted on a Dropbox is determined by us depending upon the channel that you're interested in listing to, and we will do that automatically. So you don't have to manually copy paste image links and fill in the sheets for Amazon or Flipkart or Lazada maybe, right? We will also scale the image in the proportion or in the resolution that the marketplace wants it to. The only thing that we currently don't do is change the image background color. While it is possible to do that, but the kind of accuracy that is required by marketplaces is currently not possible automated. So the image background has to be provided in the format that the marketplaces want. But in terms of sizing, resolution, and in terms of hosting, our tool will automatically handle that. Okay. And the final catalog that is shared with the user or shared with the marketplaces is fully marketplace compliant. So there are two ways in which this catalog can be shared or uploaded in the marketplace. One is we have API integration with a lot of marketplaces, those that support it. So in such cases, for example, Lazada, Shopee, Amazon, Zalora, right? So wherever marketplaces support API integration, once you upload the catalog in the tool, it will automatically sync that catalog with the marketplaces, and your item will be listed on those marketplaces. If there is, and we will talk about this later in the next slide in more detail. Okay. So, but there are two ways in which this catalog can be shared with the marketplaces. First is through an API feed where we directly send this to the marketplaces and get the response from the marketplaces. And second is wherever marketplaces don't support API integration, we give you upload ready sheets. So I have a question here, which is around Noon and how to upload the catalog on Noon. So thank you very much for that question. Noon at the moment does not have API integration. So we support upload ready sheets for Noon, just like with all other marketplaces. So we will give you a pre-filled sheet in the format that Noon understands. All you will need to do is download that sheet from our panel and upload it on Noon. Okay. But down the line, if Noon has an API integration, we'd be the first ones to do it. So, so moving on to the next slide. Okay. Now we have a short video here, which essentially shows you how the products can be uploaded in our tool and how they can be, you know, just a moment. This is going too fast, so let me just control this. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're downloading a product template here. Okay. This is a category specific template. So just if you saw, there was a category tree that you saw. Okay. And from there, the user selected a particular category, which in this case was, okay, just to go back. Let's see that again. So we log into the tool, we go to imports, we select a particular. Are you able to hear me? Just if anyone can just confirm via the chat here. Are you able to hear me? Am I audible? Yes, okay. Thank you very much. Thanks. So let me go back here. Okay. So this is a catalog sheet that is downloaded from our tool, and the user needs to fill this sheet with okay, with, with the product information or the catalog information. Once you fill this sheet, so what we are showing here is this item that we are currently filling in the sheet does not exist on the marketplaces. Like this is a Zalora panel. We saw this is a Lazada panel, and now this is also not existing in the Shopee panel. So we've seen three marketplaces here: Lazada, Zalora, and Shopee. And the product that we are currently uploading in this tool does not exist as of now on the marketplaces. So the product sheet is successfully uploaded. And when you refresh this panel, you will see the new items that you've just recently uploaded. So these are the two styles that we have uploaded here. We now go ahead and map these items to individual marketplaces. This is required because we can control when we want to list these items and how many channels we want to essentially list these items on. Okay. Now, for the sake of simplicity, in this video, we are also going to explicitly map these items to respective categories on the marketplaces and specify a channel specific pricing. So what happens here is that while you can have a global price, which is relevant for all marketplaces, but in reality, your operating costs, your commissions from the marketplaces may be different from marketplace to marketplace. So an item that let's say costs $10, right, or that you want to sell for $10, may not sell for $10 on all three marketplaces because maybe Lazada charges you more commission. So you want to price it maybe higher on Lazada. So we give you an option to uh, you know price it the way you want to. Okay. Once you've done this, and once you upload the pricing in the tool, we will push these items to individual marketplaces like Zalora, like Lazada and Shopee, and you have a screen where you can monitor this exchange as you see now. So all of these items are being uploaded on the marketplaces in the video, and we are able to monitor that from the tool. And we search it, and now these items are uploaded on the panel. So previously, when we saw these items, they were not there. Now that we are seeing these items, they're there. Okay. So this is just a brief, video to show you what is the user journey from getting an item uploaded onto this tool and then filling in certain price and other mandatory attributes and getting it uploaded successfully on the marketplaces. So the success rate basically depends on the quality of information and the extent of information that you provide in the sheet. There are certain mandatory attributes which are must have for a marketplace, and our templates will guide you as to what attributes or what information is mandatory to get it successfully uploaded. But if you still do not, or if let's say a user does not provide a mandatory information like maybe packaging dimension or price point or an image, the item upload on marketplaces might fail. And in which case you will be able to see that in the integration screen, in the screen which basically shows you the communication happening between uh, our platform and the marketplaces. So the idea here is that everything is happening in front of you. You're able to control, you're able to drive this whole data upload, right? And this happens within a span of 5 seconds. to 10 minutes. So the moment you upload your catalog onto our platform and you trigger a feed submission to individual marketplaces, within maximum 10 minutes, you'll get a response. What was the end result? So whether an item is successfully posted or not, and if not, what is the reason for rejection, will be available to you. You can then refine your listing. Now, once an item is successfully posted on these marketplaces, it may sometimes take 4 hours or up to a day for QC and for verification before it is actually live on the website. But that is, as far as the seller is concerned, their job is completed. Their item is successfully uploaded on the marketplace, and there's no rejection. In QC, if they see that the image is not matching the product or some such thing, then that's a rare case where you will get a rejection and you will have to resubmit your data. But as far as the catalog upload to marketplaces is concerned, this is covered within a span of 5 to 10 minutes. Now, this is applicable for marketplaces that have API integrations. For other marketplaces, while we still want to upload your catalog on these platforms, but at this point of time, what we can offer is an Excel upload, which basically means that we will give you a pre-filled Excel sheet in the format that the marketplace supports. So if it's Flipkart, you'll get data in the Flipkart template. If it's Myntra, you'll get Myntra template. And similarly for other marketplaces. Okay. I hope that helps, and I hope that the point that we're trying to highlight here is clear to our participants here. If there are any questions around this process, we will revisit this in our Q&A session. Please hold your questions till then. Okay. Let's move on to the next slide here. Okay. So I mentioned that we support listing on multiple different platforms, right? This is an elaborate list of region-wise list of channels that we support cataloging on. So you can see that in Singapore we have Q10, Lazada, Zalora, and Shopee. So our integrations with Lazada, Zalora, and Shopee are global. So wherever Lazada, Zalora, Shopee, and even Amazon operate, our integration is available to sellers there. So throughout Southeast Asia, you can see Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, and Singapore. We have Lazada, Zalora, and Shopee available as integrated platforms. Wherever Amazon operates, we have integration available for Amazon. So that means that you can upload the catalog in our tool, and we will upload it on all of these platforms. And so if you accurately fill in the sheets, your catalog could be live on these platforms on all of these platforms within half an hour, right? That's the power of this tool. And once your catalog is live, initially, let's say earlier you used to take 2 days to get this catalog live. Now, if you're getting this catalog live in half an hour, that means you have 2 more days for your catalog to be sold on these panels. And a lot of us work on tight schedules with seasonal collections and festive items. So imagine during a Hari Raya or a Deepavali, if you have items that you need to sell, and if you get 2 additional days of sales, that could really mean a huge difference. Right? Plus, you save on your manpower in filling in this catalog, uploading it individually on these panels. And of course, anything automated offers a higher degree of accuracy. Right? So wherever, in terms of integration, I'd like to repeat that we are currently integrated with Lazada, Zalora, Shopee, and Amazon. JD is on the way, so very soon, by the end of this month, we'll have integrations with JD. So you'll be able to upload your catalog on our platform and it will appear on JD. Bleebly is another platform here that you see, which is also integrated. For now, the major platforms that are not automatically listed are Flipkart and Myntra. Reason for that is these platforms do not support listing as of now, but we are in discussion with them, and we'll have this also available as an offering on our platform very soon. Right? But till such time that these are not available as an API integration, there is always the option of Excel ready, upload ready Excel sheets that can be downloaded from our tool and uploaded on these platforms. So we have another poll question coming up. Please spare a few minutes to answer this. Thank you.
The question is, how many marketplaces do you sell currently on? Lazada, Zalora, Shopee, Qted, Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, JD, Paytm, Ajio. It's a multiple choice question, so you can select multiple marketplaces. The second question is, do you also have your own web shop? If yes, what is the shopping cart on which it is based? Magento, Shopify, WooCommerce, or any other? You have 15 more seconds to answer.
Please scroll to see the next question. Tell them they will need to scroll to see it.
Thank you so much for answering. Moving on to the next slide.
Okay. Here we take you through a case study of one of our clients who's using this platform to list on multiple platforms. Okay. So this client, while we wish to not, reveal the client's name, but this is a fashion accessory client which sells on multiple marketplaces, as you can see. So you have in Southeast Asia, you have Lazada, Zalora, Qten, Amazon, that's Yahoo, Hong Kong, and HKTV Mall. And then in India, the usual list: Amazon, Flipkart, Paytm, Tata Click, Myntra, Jabong. Jabong is no longer relevant here. And in other marketplaces around the world. And they use just one platform where they upload their catalog. And wherever integration is possible or wherever integration exists, we push this catalog automatically to those platforms. Wherever an integration is not existing because of marketplace limitations, we give them an upload ready sheets, and they essentially upload it on those marketplaces. So it's work that you do once and can be reused for as many marketplaces or shops. So it's essentially the same catalog, the same set of attributes, but the taxonomy is different, the terminology is different. Certain changes in the values, for example, gender is men or male, those kind of differences that our tool handles. And we give you a refined, highly accurate catalog along with image data, which is uploaded on the marketplaces,
Has a higher rate of acceptance on the marketplaces, and because of the
accuracy in the content, the completeness of information has a higher conversion ratio on the marketplaces as well. Because as a customer, as a buyer, if I see a product on the site, and if it has complete detailed information, if the images are, if there are multiple angles against those, and if let's say all the attributes are filled in, it increases the chances of conversion because I have more faith in the product, I have more details about the product, and that is what we essentially set out to do. And so this customer of ours is selling on more than 20 marketplaces across this region. And while you may not be selling on 20 marketplaces, but even if you're selling on 3 or 4 marketplaces, this is just as relevant because it essentially will help you to, make time for focusing on other aspects of your business and not spend so much time and energy on just getting the catalog up and running. This is a brief overview of why you should partner with Vinculum. What is the value that Vinculum brings to you as a partner? So we view ourselves not as a vendor or a platform. We view ourselves as a partner to our customers, and we already have a network of partners with which we have strategic alliances. And when we sign or when we partner with you, we also enable you through our network of partners to get you a faster and efficient entry into a market. Okay. So some of this is not directly related to the catalog tool, but it's more about the offerings that we as Vinculum bring to you. Okay. I think we can now take up questions, any.
If any of you have any questions, then you can log them in under Q&A. The tab must be available on your screen. If you have any questions, as I said, you can log them in, or if you want us to revisit any slide, then please let us know. We have a question from R. Vanzara. Is there any provision to manage shipping or logistic reference details?
Okay. Uh, Thank you very much for your question. Thank you very much for the question. And as far as the shipping and logistic references are concerned, this is a cataloging tool. Okay, so if let's say as part of listing your product on the marketplace requires you to specify the logistic provider, as in case of Shopee, it sometimes is. So then yes, it is supported. But if you're talking about booking logistics or couriers for your shipment to the customers, that is handled through our order management suite, which has integrations with most of the local and regional transporters in India, in Southeast Asia, and in the United States. So as far as booking a courier and booking a manifest is concerned, that is part of the order management suite. But if it is required to specify your preferred logistic partner on the marketplace at the time of listing, then yes, that is supported. And it is relevant for certain marketplaces, not all, but yes, wherever it is required, we do support that.
I hope it clears your query. Is there any other question from you guys? All right. Moving on to next, this slide shows where our global presence, like we are very much present in India and the entire Southeast Asia. To name a few are Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Taiwan, Indonesia. In Middle East, we are present in Dubai and in US. I just want to say thanks to all the participants to attend this webinar. And if you want to get in touch with us, then you can mail us on marketing@vinculumgroup.com, or you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you. And we look forward to hearing from you. Please feel free to reach out to us at our email and at our Twitter and Facebook.
And we will be sharing our slides and recording after this webinar, and most probably you'll be getting it through by email tomorrow.